Most men quickly lose a woman's respect and attraction because they ignore these four critical traits for maintaining attraction and loyalty that should be embraced from the beginning of any relationship. So, in this video, I'm going to break down the exact framework I use that helped hundreds of men build respect in relationships and helped me go from rock bottom heartbroken to having everything I could wish for and more in my own relationships. To start, you need to understand the foundation everything will rest upon to command respect and actually why it's so powerful. Think of it like a house, because a house built on solid bedrock can survive storms, settle over time, and remain standing for a lifetime because it has a strong foundation. But a house built on emotions that change with every rainfall creates cracks in the walls, doors that won't close, broken windows, and a place no one really wants to invest in because it's risky. If you see it from another perspective, you can think of a guitar string. If it's too loose, it produces no clear sound. But if it's too tight, it just snaps. So the right tension is what actually creates the music, right? And emotional control is very much the same. It's not about being avoidant or possessive, but more about being whole. It's that balance that creates a secure surrounding they see themselves living in. And until you have authority over your emotions, the foundation of that house is always at risk of falling apart because emotions are unreliable. And the truth most men find hard to accept is that it is entirely their responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. Remember, you're not only navigating your emotions, you're also leading and steering her emotions as well. If you partake in her fears and worries, you're both fighting in a burning house, and that wrecks the both of you. So, without mastering this, the next three qualities won't really change anything. But here's where most men completely go south when it comes to women and actually end up confused by her inconsistent behavior. Imagine you saw a woman at the pub and she's looking at you intently. She's playing with her hair. She's giving you the look, right? Then she comes up to you and tells you she's not interested, that she actually has a boyfriend and doesn't want anything to do with you, and goes on to rationalize that she was looking at the guy behind you or some other bullshit like that. You probably would look at her a bit confused and a little discouraged and actually question her behavior and why she would even act like that in the first place, right? That's the most natural response ever because men take words at face value, right? Men hardly measure up a woman's actions, but pay too close attention to her words. But the truth is, it's easier to lie with words, but it's a hell of a lot harder to lie with your actions because those actually reveal her intentions. So, in any situation with women, you should always judge her by her actions. The words are only secondary to that. This takes me to my next crucial point, which ties everything together. Let me ask you this. How often do you meet a man who will not weaken himself for a woman? Most men fold the moment they feel a spark, followed by a loop of destructive behavior to keep a woman around. It's like driving towards a massive career goal on the highway. But as soon as you see a pretty face in the passenger seat, you take the first exit you see without even checking where it leads. Or like a bodybuilder who's been on a strict diet for years, but the second a girl comes into the picture, you drop the weights and order pizza. And then when push comes to shove, she pulls you aside because she wants to talk. And you have to hear her say how she lost her feelings or wants to take a break or, even worse, fell in love with some other guy. When you make too many concessions just to make her happy and you give up everything that makes you great for her, you will find yourself in that exact situation. What she really wanted is a man who doesn't sabotage his primary goal in life for the sake of just having her by his side. That's the only way you can give her the best of yourself, not some watered down version of you who threw away everything good about himself to make her feel comfortable or happy. That's a man of integrity and it's very respectable. But it means nothing if you can't back it up with this. To continue on the house analogy, if you've ever renovated a place, you will quickly discover that there are walls that can be knocked down and others that can't, right? Some walls are like dividers for decoration. They are easy to move and tear down when necessary. Other ones are like load bearings, and those are actually holding up the ceiling, the second floor, and the entire structure of the house. So if you remove one, the whole house collapses, right? And here's the interesting thing. Both walls look the same from the outside. You can't even tell them apart. But as you come closer, you can actually kick your foot through one, but not the other. So in relationships, you see, you have two kinds of men. Those who talk a lot and break promises easily. They are like dogs who are all bark, no bite, right? And then you have those men who talk very little but never break their word. And it's that second breed of men who are the most successful and the most stable and the most attractive to women because they are dependable. Women respect men who are unshakable. One, because they're reliable, and two, because they respect themselves beyond their desire for any woman. This is the essence of being a man aware of his value. So, the point being, avoid making promises you can't keep, especially with women, because they don't forget that shit and it leaves a bitter taste for years to come when you're more emotionally invested in each other. The thing is, everything I just told you is extremely powerful and effective, but there are actually 4 more things to fix your mindset that once you apply to your relationships, everything I just told you will make 10 times more sense. So watch this video next to solve them. Take care.